Education is a tool that empowers an individual to be functional in society and also participate in personal development and the community. The presence of this attribute in national development policy follows the pre-primary and post-primary system. In its absence, there has to be a provision to empower an individual with an education that sets the future agenda. Save the Children in Uganda, in partnership with the Educational Local Expertise Center Uganda, is implementing an integrated Right to Education and Participation Program, IREP, a 4-year program running from 2015 to 2018 that enables children attain their right to quality education and participation in a safe and enabling environment.
The community started the schools and they virtually had nothing to show. They were in grass thatched houses, under trees. But when Save the Children came in, all that we can see now standing, because at least each school has a classroom block.
The program seeks to improve learning outcomes, literacy, numeracy, life skills and formal examination pass rates through improving the quality of the learning environment to make it child-centered, inclusive and above all, safe for all children.
Before we started, we did a baseline to find out how are the schools performing. What was very clear to us was that the schools needed a lot of support. They needed a lot of quality enhancement, especially in the teaching and learning interventions. For example, one of the findings that we came across in one of the schools was that teachers were not able to identify between literacy and science and social studies.
The Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation, NORAD, is supporting activities to improve literacy and numeracy and the Child-Centered Alternative for Non-Formal Community-Based Education, CHANCE project, in the districts of Luweero, Nakaseke and Nakasongola.
We go to the schools, we find the teacher whom we trained. Actually, we are training three teachers per school. That is P1 to P3. That is where the main focus is for literacy.
Through the project and through our partnership with the district, we mobilized teachers who are in these schools. They underwent capacity building training, especially in participatory teaching.
The Education Local Expertise Center works with the teachers, center coordinating tutors, school inspectors to facilitate child learning. The local governments monitor to fall in line with Ministry of Education and Sports curriculum. The non-formal primary education project supports government and communities to increase access, participation, retention of vulnerable children in school.
This program, actually it's the Literacy Boost program. It targets early grade reading. Early grade is from P1 up to P3. So the partner we are working with, we gave them the responsibility to see that we lay the foundation, because subsequent acquisition of other skills depends on how well you set the reading foundation at the lower grade level. So P1 to P3 teachers are targeted.
The program covers education, child protection, child rights governance and disaster risk reduction.
We intervened in all the 31 schools because we had combined menstrual hygiene management with WASH. But afterwards, when we separated WASH, we went in with 13 schools that had bigger girls from P5, P6, P7, and we've moved with them. We've trained the teachers. Teachers have trained children on how to make reusable pads.
The program began by identifying learning gaps in the chance learning centers.
In this way, we are looking at, do they have the learning materials? Is the classroom safe? Is the compound where the children are going to play also safe and child-friendly?
The teachers are identified from within the community, trained in skills to handle this non-formal education system.
First of all, we just don't take on anybody. We are asked to apply. Then we sieve them out. Actually, it's true they're identified by the community, but we sieve out to get the real quality, at least senior 4, senior 4, senior 3.
In this training, there is a set agenda by the Education Local Expertise Center to achieve quality education.
This training is basically to enlighten the teachers of safe schools or challenge schools, basically on how to teach in the private schools, basically on using child-centered methods like problem solving, effective communication, name it.
I have skills of handle the children because in class I have different children of different disabilities, say reading, what. So by the trainings I've had, there is a difference now.
I'm taking this like the checklist. Now will be helping me to remember. Here I've not done it. Here I've done it, and I compare them in order to take my work.
The process of participatory methods, those are the methods we use that to see that every child in the class is involved. So to involve that child, you have to use a variety of learning activities to see that everyone is involved. Then learners in groups, this is one of the participatory methods, group work. When they're in group, you give them activities to see that everybody is involved.
We mobilize teachers who are in these schools. They underwent capacity building training, especially in participatory teaching. These people were taught, and they are able right now to deliver participatorily in their classes.
When the teacher trainees are in class sessions, they are supervised and assessed by a team from ELECU, Center Coordinating Tutors and District Education team to ensure they comply with the standards required under this arrangement.
We do support supervision to these schools, both the government and these chance schools. We find a time where we meet with the head teachers to address some of the challenges that we have seen during the support supervision.
In many of these schools, the parents support the education of their children. At Chawakata non-formal, the parents held a meeting to address the well-being of their children.
Okubanga kaana kange kabeere kakyali kato era obwana obuto nk'obwo tebukusobola kutambula kwaba kisaalizi naye bukuyizanga mpani.
Also at Zengebe Islamic Nursery and Primary, the parents are collectively participating in clearing the school environment.
Embeera yo compound yalibadde nungi nga tugirongoosa ng'abaana we bazanyira olema okufuna ebintu ebibafumita na kufuna ebivunyo nti basobola okubeera nga bamenya.
The 4-year Integrated Right to Education and Participation Program, IREP, has so far had 3 years of ensuring quality learning and teaching. A lot has been achieved.
Generally, I would say ELECU has done a very good work in partnership with Save the Children, because they have given us various trainings to equip us with the capability of delivering the classes in terms of numeracy and literacy.
The skills I have used, because in fact when we went there, they told us to do a lot of things, making learning aids, so that when you teach a learner, he can see what you are teaching.
When I compare with those former scholars, by now they are admiring our scholars, and in the other hands they come for help. Find that they are admiring, they are telling us, people, you have a lot of knowledge, which for us we are missing.
These people, they have given us trainings about scheming and lesson planning. That's why you say that our school, which is Chawakata, is somehow okay.
Mind that these are not qualified teachers. These are just community volunteers who were identified, and ELECU built their capacity to teach in class. And it's amazing when you go to their schools and you witness how they are teaching. These people teach like professional teachers.
Areas of literacy, the core skills were properly handled during the training, and we make a follow-up in the schools. And for true, actually, when you find these children, you give them a text to read in English, at least they can read.
However, limited infrastructure in some of these learning centers has affected smooth delivery of quality education. In some regions, the children's learning outcomes are still low. They are learning in unsafe and sometimes non-conducive environments.
Omusanya ne gutwokya oluusi enkuba n'ekisanga wabweru nekuba ebitabo byaffe n'ebitabo. Desiki ntono ze tulina, abaana tetulina bizimbe bimala, abaana basomera miti, bisaani bitugwira, abaana abasinga tetulina ngatto tulinya ku bisaani twala entunuka.
Ebintu bitobye twagala kutuula naye ekifo kinyongoga era tusooka kusimulako abaana bajje katode era bufuuyirira ngamba gamba nedda madamu wano butonnya ne ngamba nedda mujje tukole ki tutuule wamu katufunye embeera mbi n'olulala.
Challenge is that we don't have structures. We teach under trees, yet we have our enrollment is not bad.
On the compound where learning is taking place, sometimes even snakes are falling on the compound from the trees. So infrastructure in terms of classroom is very important. We also see that teachers are traveling long distances to schools. They reach when they are very tired.
Nonetheless, delivering this education to communities in these areas has a future for these children where they participate directly in decision making.
But we are saying at the end of this project, we want to see these schools thrive. How do they thrive in the wake of donor funding coming to the end? So we are already in talks with government.
Definitely the government will, because that's already a start, that the teachers are being paid. And the community have been mobilized that in case the NGO leaves, they'll have to take it up.
On the overall, the ultimate goal of promoting access to education is prevent and respond to violations of child rights.
The younger stars, we sing over the mountain. We sing, sing, sing all over the mountain. Oh, we are, the younger stars. We sing all over the mountain. We sing, sing.